There are two hidden game mechanics that endgame maplers take advantage of to get the most EXP possible while training. These are game-breaking strategies that can help you rush levels to the endgame, and you won't find this information in most MapleStory training guides. As you watch other players on Twitch and YouTube, you may be thinking, wow, this person just naturally knows what to do in the game. They know what areas to train in, which maps give the best rates, and how to rotate different maps with their class. Meanwhile, here you are, lost in the Maple world, clueless about what to do next to beat the game. Well, there's never an ending to this game, so beating it isn't an option. However, we do learn something new every day, including me. I have two of the best meso farming classes in the history of MapleStory at level 280 plus, and on that journey I've learned a lot about high efficiency training. First, I leveled my Kana to 280 during the Kishin spawn days. That journey taught me how to navigate various maps and helped me understand the basic strategies of full clearing, a very important concept that I'm going to explain later in this video. Then, in April 2022, I started a no totem shadower project where I trained my current main character completely without a spawn enhancer, even when they were available to us in GMS Reboot. On my journey as a shadower to level 282 and counting, I learned how to navigate large maps, rotating my different skills to net me the best rates in the game. In my Twitch streams, a lot of viewers ask me where they should be training. In those moments on stream, I can give you a direct answer about what map to go to, but that doesn't really solve the issue of needing to build up your end game Maple intuition. The reality is that there's not always going to be a streamer or YouTuber available to hold your hand and tell you where to train. What you need are the core building blocks of MapleStory knowledge to help inform your choices when it comes to training. If you want to become self-sufficient so you never have to look up another training guide ever again, watch this video to the end as I'm going to explain the most important concepts in MapleStory for leveling up insanely fast. Whether you play Reboot or regular servers, there's a hidden mechanic in the game when it comes to EXP acquisition that not a lot of players know about: level advantage. If you can make use of this game mechanic, you will speed through the game faster than the average player. The level advantage mechanic is a formula in the game that gives you a base EXP increase depending on your level in relation to the mob that you are hunting. The full details of the formula are on the screen for you, but you ideally want to be the same level or one level away from the mob you are hunting to get a 1.2x base EXP increase. For example, if you're training in a map that has level 220 mobs and you are level 219, 220, or 221, then you will receive a 1.2x base EXP increase for hunting that mob. So, if that mob normally grants 1000 EXP per kill, let's say, this formula will make it so that you're now getting 1200 EXP per kill. The great thing about this formula is that it affects the base EXP of the mob, making it so that any coupons, event buffs, and any other EXP multipliers you may be using are also going to be enhanced. Ideally, you always want to be training with the 1.2x increase, but that may not be an option for you all the time. At certain points in your progression, you might be too weak to fight mobs that are around your level range, or maybe there is a map that grants higher mob kills per hour, an important concept that we will discuss at the later half of this video, and that negates the 1.2x base increase anyways. There are so many factors when it comes to training and choosing the right map for you, but at the end of the day, as long as you put in the grinding hours, you're gonna make progress. Now that you know about the level advantage formula, if you can combine that knowledge with this next concept, you're going to become a MapleStory master. This concept is called kill rate, or mob kills per hour, and it's my favorite thing to analyze when I'm choosing training maps for my shadower. Since each mob you hunt gives its own determined amount of EXP, the more mobs you can kill per hour, the faster you are going to gain EXP. Plus, hunting more mobs is going to give you more meso, nodestones, droplets, and eventually soul urda, which you need to farm your future 6-job skills. Getting a high kill rate is one of the best ways to exponentially increase your EXP gain. For instance, getting 15k versus 18k mob kills per hour is about a 20% difference in your rates. Those extra 3000 mobs you hunt are all affected by any EXP multipliers you have, giving you more bang for your buck. To track your kill rate, use your Battle Analysis keybind. The Battle Analysis UI tracks how many mobs you've hunted, which is very handy for helping you pick a map. When I'm testing different maps, I like to do a 6-minute analysis and then multiply my results by 10 to get my average hourly mob kill rate. Then, once I find a map I want to settle down on, I let the battle analysis go for a full hour to track how well I'm clearing a map. A lot of players have asked me what I consider a good kill rate, but it's dependent on the map you're farming. So here's my general framework. 15k, I'd consider you an okay farmer. 16k, I'd consider you a decent farmer. 17k, I'd say you're a damn good farmer. 18k, if you hit this, you're a near perfect farmer. So with that in mind, what are some ways that we can increase our kill rates? Well, it all starts with choosing the right map. Small maps such as 2.5, Library 4, and Gate 1 are all very popular, but they have around 32 mobs that appear per spawn wave, capping your rates at about 15,000 mob kills per hour. Mobs in a map spawn in around every 7 seconds, and the best maps in the game have about 39 mobs that spawn every wave. I have a bunch of tutorials on my YouTube channel showcasing large maps that I would recommend if you are trying to go for a high kill rate. If you can full clear large maps, meaning that you kill every mob in the map before the next spawn cycle begins, you will see a big increase in your kills per hour. This video isn't necessarily a guide on how to full clear a map with your specific class, but here are 3 general tips that I can offer when trying to optimize your training rotation. Number 1, pay attention to your cooldowns. If you have a skill that is up every 7 seconds, you know that you can use your skill every spawn wave to help you clear large portions of the map. If you have skills that are up every 14 seconds, then you can rotate those every other spawn wave. Tip number 2, use your summons to your advantage. Every class in the game now has access to Urda Fountain. At the time of recording this video, you have to press the down arrow key while using the Urda Shower skill to place the summon. But in the future, you can right-click the skill in the skill UI and that toggles the summon version. When you have your summons situated, make sure that you let them do their work. A lot of the time when I'm watching other people train, I see them go over parts of a map to clear mobs when they already have their summons there. It's a waste of your time to try to kill the mobs that your summons are meant to clear anyways. Number 3, pay attention to your summon replacement cycle. This one is huge. When I train on Shadower, I have 2 summons to manage, Urda Fountain and Dark Flare. Since these are both 1-minute cooldowns, I have a precise summon replacement cycle where I make sure to continue killing everything else in the map while I'm placing these skills down. I see a lot of people replace their summons while not tending to the other parts of the map, which can decrease your kill rate by a large amount. Try to use big FMAs or full map attacks, or short duration summons like Shadow Veil while you're replacing your summons, that way you can maximize your kill rate. Different classes are going to have different experiences when it comes to training, but these 3 tips can be utilized by all classes. One last tip for maximizing your kills per hour is to focus on your damage first, not your EXP multipliers. A lot of new players make the mistake of putting their hyperstat points or legion grid pieces into EXP obtained rather than the various damage sources because they think that it's going to help them level up faster. The reality is though, that if you can't one-shot mobs with your main mobbing skills, you're gonna struggle to keep up your kill rate. You do not need to one-shot with every single skill you own, but the main ones that are gonna help you clear the maps are the important ones that you wanna focus on. Clearing large maps and getting high mob kills per hour is much easier if you can one-shot with your main mobbing skills and your summons. If you are two-shotting in a map, your EXP rates are going to decrease dramatically. Once your character is strong enough to one-shot with your main skills where you are training at, then you can afford to put resources into EXP obtained. If you're struggling with your mobbing damage, I've listed some sources of damage on the screen that you can take advantage of when you're training. Now that you have all of this valuable information, you're going to be making your own decision when it comes to choosing a map to train in. Everyone's Maple experience is going to be different, so even with this information, not everyone is going to choose the same maps, even if you play the same class as someone else. Some people like to choose smaller maps because they can sustain longer hours, while others, like myself, like to choose big maps so that way they can make more meso and resources per hour. I only can train maybe 2 to 3 hours a day because I have a job, and on the weekends I like to go out. And other people, they can do maybe 6 hours, and even though my training is more efficient, I'm getting 18k kill rate generally, someone who's going to be doing double the amount of time at a small map where they can get 15k is going to get way more EXP at the end of the day just because they're putting in longer hours. So make sure to take that into consideration as well. Whatever the case may be, at least you now have the building blocks for making great choices on your MapleStory journey. That is my goal here on this YouTube channel, to offer you information and entertainment from an endgame perspective to help you progress super fast. Though after listening to all of this, you may still need some hand-holding, which I totally understand. So if you want to hold hands with your main bench, subscribe to the channel and check out my Arcane River farming playlist to see all of the maps that I would recommend training at to reach level 250 and beyond.